Amid the thunderous roar of 70,000 fans, one man stood still at the line of scrimmage, eyes locked on the defense like a general scanning the battlefield. The number 18 gleamed under the stadium lights. Every white yard line beneath his feet looked like a script he had already memorized. That man was Peyton Manning, known across the NFL as the living brain on the field. One not born a genius, but obsessed with preparation. Peyton was born into a football family. His father, Archie Manning, was a legendary quarterback, but Peyton never relied on his last name. He wanted to build his own legacy. At the University of Tennessee, while most players went home after practice, Peyton stayed behind, not to lift weights or run drills, but to study game film over and over again. A coach once said, "Peyton doesn't just watch tape, he studies it like a scientist dissecting the human brain." He noticed the tiniest details. That linebacker always twitches his right foot before a blitz, number 50 to glance his right, before shifting formations. Those little notes became Peyton's weapons. In his world, information was power, and preparation was the ultimate edge. 2. Omaha, the language of control. If you've ever seen Peyton play, you've heard him shout Omaha, Omaha, before the snap. To the crowd, it sounded random. To his teammates, it was a code, a living, breathing language of strategy. On the field, Peyton was more than a player. He was a commander, orchestrating chaos. Every shout, every glance, every signal meant something. He read the defense, adjusted the play, and made decisions faster than anyone else. Opponents knew he would change the play, but they never knew how. That's what made him the most cerebral quarterback the game had ever seen. A teammate once said, "It's like he sees the future before the defense knows what it's doing." Peyton already knows how to beat it. 3. Failure, the test of a great mind. But even a brain like his couldn't avoid pain. In 2010, Peyton suffered a severe neck injury while playing for the Indianapolis Colts. The team he had led for 13 years, doctors told him to retire. The Colts, fearing he'd never recover, released him at 36. The great Peyton Manning was left broken, uncertain, and forgotten. He once said, "I can't control the past, but I can control how I get up from it." For Denver Broncos, the mind triumphs over time. In 2012, Peyton signed with the Denver Broncos. He wasn't as fast or as strong as before, but his strategic mind was sharper than ever. He wasn't just a quarterback, he was a coach on the field. He designed plays, called audibles, and rewrote offensive strategy in real time. In 2013, he set an NFL record with 55 touchdown passes, a record that still stands. He led Denver to the Super Bowl that year, even though they lost to Seattle. The world saw that Manning's greatest strength wasn't his arm, it was his mind. In 2016, at 39 years old, Peyton Manning led the Broncos to victory in Super Bowl 50, defeating the Carolina Panthers. He wasn't the strongest or the youngest, but he was the smartest. He out-hot everyone when asked about his secret. He smiled and said, "Every morning, I ask myself one question. What can I prepare better than I did yesterday?" If you can answer that every day, you'll never truly lose. 6. The Manning mentality, a lesson for all of us. Peyton's story isn't just for athletes, it's for anyone standing in the middle of life's chaos. Fighting doubt, fatigue, and failure, he taught us strategy only works when built on preparation. Success is not instant. It's discipline. Intelligence beats strength, but only if you're willing to study, adapt, and endure. In business and study in life, the principle is the same. Like Peyton, don't just react. Anticipate, don't just face challenges, read them, because sometimes victory belongs not to the fastest, but to the one who thinks 3 moves ahead. 7. The end, the quarterback who read life itself. When Peyton Manning walked off the field after his final Super Bowl, the crowd erupted. The giant screen read, "Thank you, Peyton." He took off his helmet, eyes calm, smile quiet. The look of a man who had finally understood what victory truly means. His greatness wasn't in numbers or trophies. It was in the way he controlled the chaos, the way he saw the game before anyone else did. That's what life is about, not avoiding battles, but reading the field of your own destiny. Life is one long game. His story whispers, those who learn to read it, rule it. So if today you're tired, uncertain, or standing on the edge of failure, remember Peyton Manning, the man who rebuilt himself, who won not by force, but by thought, because in the end, success isn't about scoring more points than others, it's about knowing yourself better than you did yesterday.